Good day, guys. Today we are going to be talking about Venn diagram. If we are talking about Venn diagram simply means the diagrammatical representation of set theory. We can have Venn diagram involving two sets, and we can also have Venn diagram involving three sets. But in this particular video, we are going to be talking about Venn diagram involving two sets. For Venn diagram involving two sets, this is the general formula, general equation for Venn diagram involving two sets. Let us say that we have two sets A and B. Then the general formula for these two sets A and B is what? Is this: NA union B is equals to N of A plus N of B minus NA intersection B. Then guys, diagrammatically, we can represent it as this. The universal set will equals to everything inside the box. Let's say this is set A. The set A will be equals to everything inside will also be equals to everything inside this circle. I can represent this center as X, this as A, this as B, and the outside as Z. The guys, you have to understand that this A, that small a, represents what? A only. The small a represents A only. The small b represents B only. While the X represents A intersection B. Then guys, once you've known this, the next thing you have to notice is that the value of this A must equals the addition of this and this. A plus X. This simply means that the value of A plus X must give us A. Also, your B must equals to the addition of this and this. X plus B. This simply means that the addition of this and this must give us this. Then finally, the value of Z simply means none. So Z represents the what? The none. Then guys, you have to understand. You will see that in our previous video, we've talked about what we mean by what? Universal set. Guys, you have to understand this. If there is none, that is, those that do not do any of the two sets, your universal sets will not be equals to A union B. So guys, note this. One, if there is no none, your N of A union B would equals to the N of universal sets. But if there is none, then your N of A union B will equals to N of universal set minus N A union B complement. Note, N A union B complement equals to none. So guys, if there is no none, that is, if in the question there is nobody that do not do any of the two sets, then your A union B equals to universal set. But if there are some people or some particular object that do none of the two sets, then your A union B will be equals to the universal set minus A union B complement. This A union B complement simply represents the none. Either your A union B complement equals to what? None. So that's that, guys. Now let's look at an example. Now the first example here is that in a class of 25 students, since we have 25 students, it simply means that right solution, the universal set is equals to 25. Now 12 offer physics. Number of students that offer physics is equals to 12. 18 offer chemistry. Number of students that offer chemistry is equals to 18. If every student offer at least one of the two, calculate the following: both subjects, that is physics and chemistry, physics only, chemistry only. You are going to see that in this particular question, there is nobody that do not offer any of the two questions. But if you look at this example 2, among 40 applicants for a sales manager's post, 26 have BSc, 18 have NC, while 6 have none. This simply means that in this particular question, there is none. But in this particular question, there is no none. This simply means that the first thing we are going to do now is that our P union C will be equals to the number of the universal sets. And that's equals to what? 25 from the question. Do you get that? So guys, we are going to use the formula. Just remember the general formula The general formula, that is N P union C. You know that in the general formula given to you here, we were representing the first set as A, the second set as B. But in this particular question, the first set is physics, P, and the second set is C. This simply means that the formula will now change to P union C is equals to N of P plus N of C minus N P intersection C. So guys, since our P union C is equal to the universal set and is equal to 25, then this will be 25 equals N of P, that is what? 12, plus N of C, that is what? 18, minus N P intersection C. So therefore, your N P intersection C would equals, because this 12 plus 18, that is what? 30. Then 30 minus 25 will give us what? 5. So this simply means that your NP intersection C is equals to what? 5. So guys, before we use the Venn diagram, let me give you the trick. The first answer, number 1, both subjects. Both subjects, the answer is what? 5. So for the both subjects, the answer is 5 because our P intersection C represents the both subjects. The answer is 5. But if you want to do physics only, now if you want to do physics only, it will just be the N of P minus NP intersection C. So that will just be N of P minus NP intersection C. And that will be equals to 12 minus 5. And the answer is what? 7. Okay? If you now want to do chemistry only, that would also equals N of C minus NP intersection C. And that is equals to, that is 18 minus 5. And that is what? 13. So that is how to solve Venn diagram questions involving two sets without the Venn diagram. But if you want to use the Venn diagram, it is very simple. You will firstly calculate this, then you are going to draw the Venn diagram like this. Draw the Venn diagram like this. The universal set as given in the question is 25. And it must be equal to addition of everything here. Now guys, represent this as your P. This is the first set represents P, that is what? 12. This at C, that is 18. So those that did the 2, after the calculation, using this formula, that is 5. So this value of 5, write it here. So therefore, the addition of this and this will give us this. The addition of this and this will give us this. So if you just do 12 minus 5, it will give us what? 7. So the final answer here is 7. 18 minus 5, it will give us 13. The final answer here is what? 13. Then if you do 13 plus 7 plus 5, it will give you what? 25. So you are correct. So guys, you have to be very careful that, so the value here, this 7 will represent your physics only, while this 13 will represent your what? Chemistry only. But this middle will represent the intersection between what? Physics and chemistry. So it is not compulsory to use a Venn diagram. You can just use this trick, and you can also, anyone you want to use out of the 2. Guys, let's look at this. The question is among 40 applicants. This simply means that the universal set is equal to 40. 26 apply for BSc. Number of B, that's 26. 18 applies for NCE. Number of N, that is 18. Why 6 have none? This simply means that your N B union N complement is equal to 6. Do not forget that the intersection between the two sets, the complement of the intersection between the two sets will represent your what? None. As we did here, A union B complement is equal to none. So since we are dealing with B and N, this simply means that your B union N complement will be equal to what? None. And the value is what? 6. Once you've done that, you will just remember that whenever there is none, our universal set will not be equal to the union. You will just say that the number of B union N would equal your universal sets minus B union N complement. And that is, universal set is what? 40 minus the complement, that is 6, then that is what? 34. Now guys, if you want to do both science both BSc and NCE, BSc only, NCE only. Let's firstly use this formula trick. You just remember the general formula for B junior N. You will just say that N B junior N would equals N of B plus N of N minus N B junior N. Sorry, minus N B intersection N. This is the formula. This formula is coming from this general formula here. A union B, N of A plus N of B minus N A intersection B. So it is coming from this general formula there. So guys, your B union N in the question, that is 34. Don't forget that in this case, your B union N is not equals to the universal set because we have none. So in order to get your union, you are going to subtract the none from the universal set. But in this case, there is no none. That was why our union equals to the what? Universal set. So your B union N is 34. Then this will be equals to N of B is 26. Plus N of N is what? 18. Minus N B intersection N. So guys, if you do it very well, your N B intersection N, so that will be 18 plus 26. That will give us what? 44. Then 44 minus 34, that will give us what? 10. This simply means that the intersection is what? 10. So this simply means that number one, both BSc and NCE is equals to 10. Now, if you want to do BSc only, then it will be number of BSc minus BSc intersection NCE. So therefore, number two, BSc only would equals to N of B minus N B intersection N. So don't forget, that is the formula we are using here also, physics only, number of P minus P intersection C. So BSc only will be equals to number of BSc minus B intersection N. Our number of BSc, that is what? 26. Minus B intersection N, that is what? 10. Then the answer is what? 16. Okay, we will also do for NCE only. So guys, let me ask you, what will be the formula for NCE only? That will just be what? N of C minus, N of N minus N B intersection N. So that will be N of N minus N B intersection N. Since our N of N is what? Is 18 minus B intersection N. That is what? 10 minus 10. Then the final answer here is what? 8. So that is the final answer, guys. If you want, that is how to do Venn diagram involving two sets without using the what? Venn diagram. But let's say you want to use a Venn diagram. The first thing you will also do is that write out the parameters. Once you've written out the parameters, use this general formula to get your intersection. Once you've gotten your intersection, then draw the Venn diagram like this. Draw the Venn diagram like this. Your universal sets in the question is 40. Write it 40. Then draw the first set, that is for BSc. B equals 26. Then draw the second set, that is for NCE. N is equals to 18. And those that not do any of these two sets, write them outside. This one is what? 6. So after you've calculated the intersection to this point, that is 10, you will just come to this middle and put 10 here. Then you have to know that the addition of this and this must give us 26. The addition of this and this must give us 18. What are you going to add to 10 to give us 26? That is what? 16. Then what are you going to add to 10 to give us 18? That is what? 8. Then we are going to see if what we've done is correct. Add everything together, then you must get what? 80. 16 plus 10, that is what? 26. Then 26 plus 6, that is what? 32. 32 plus 8, that is what? 40. Then what we've done is what? Is correct. So guys, according to this video, you can either solve Venn diagram involving two sets, whether with the use of the Venn diagram or without the use of the what? Venn diagram. If you want to solve without using the Venn diagram, then you have to know the general formula offhand. Once you've gotten your intersection, just use physics only be equals to physics minus intersection. Chemistry only will also be equals to what? Chemistry minus intersection. You've gotten your answer. But if you want to use the Venn diagram, you will firstly do this. Once you've done the intersection, then you're going to draw the Venn diagram and calculate it like this. And also, that is that about that, guys. So thank you for watching. In our next video, we are going to talk about Venn diagram involving 3 sets. So guys, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you guys.